Hello. Welcome to Coffee Talk. Welcome to Coffee Talk. Or whatever. Anyway, welcome. Hi, Mom. Give everybody a few minutes to get in. How are you today, Mom? Hello, hello. Hi. So we're going to be talking about some cool stuff today. We're going to be talking about liver qi. What? Not liver cheese. Liver qi. Hi, Linda. So wait just a minute. Let some people get in. I had some people tell me they were probably coming. So we'll wait a minute. So how is everyone? Hopefully you can hear me well. Hi. Mom's doing good, so that's good. If Mom's happy, everybody's happy, I think is the way it goes. Maybe. So wait just another minute. Give everybody a chance to get in. I know I had someone else from the German contingency planning to get in. How are you doing today, Kim? And Ray? And Marcus? And Linda? Hopefully good. Marcus is good. That's good. So, I'll give everybody a chance to get in. Start here in just a minute. Extra points to everybody that was here on time. You can spend those points nowhere because they don't really exist. Use this as a demo. So, gave everybody 5 minutes to get on. We'll probably have some people join us. So today, we got some cool stuff to talk about. One, we're going to be talking about liver qi and qi in general and what that means. What? No discount? Nope, no discounts. The discount on something free is free, right? We're going to talk about how qi gets stuck or stagnates. So we'll talk about that a little bit. And then I have, at the end, I have some really cool news. I'm going to do that at the end. So that way, when I post this on YouTube later, which I do this, your chat or anything like that does not post. So you don't have to worry about that. But I post it on YouTube. So that way people can take a look and watch this later. But then I can trim the video down and it doesn't have all this stuff about like opening up and things like that and like random office-y stuff for, you know, something going out to the whole world. They don't need to know what's going on right here. So what is qi? I will open this up to the floor first and ask anybody what they think Qi is. And that's Qi with a Q, I, or Qi with a K, I. And sometimes even spelled CHI. All the same, just different. Ki is Japanese, Qi and Qi are different energy. That is one definition. Anybody else? I like Linda. Linda gets extra points. I know the points will get spent anywhere, like we talked about. Life energy. So that's another definition of sorts. Linda gets extra points because she's always really active. So does Marcus, but I think he's kind of biased since, he's my boyfriend and everything. So. So, Qi. I give anybody else? You want to take a guess? It is not pizza. Qi is not pizza. Although I think you're talking about using the points for pizza. But anyway. So, Qi is both energy, but it's also the potential for things to happen. It's energy potential. Really, one of the best ways to describe it is by what it kind of isn't to a degree. It is energy, but it's more than that. It's more than just saying the energy of the body or the energy of the cosmos. It's the potential for something to change and to happen within the body and outside of the body. It's a lot like metabolism. So basically breaking down nutrients to form processes in the body. So one of those is energy. Some of that metabolism gets turned into other sources like stored energy, potential energy, immediate energy like ATP and stuff like that. So Qi is both the breath. So it's this idea of oxygen. It's the idea of like calories, energy. There's a whole lot of different things that make up Qi. And the Chinese character for it is actually based off of the steam that comes off of a cooked pot of rice or a bowl of rice or a pot of rice on the stove or on a fire. That steam coming off of it, that both the heat energy that's coming off of that pot cooking, but also what's in the pot cooking and the act of the cooking. So it's both a noun and a verb. So when I say that I help balance Qi, or this Qi is doing this or doing that, sometimes I'm only talking about one characteristic of it. And so, same thing for my Reiki people. My Reiki people usually understand this idea of both energy and a potential for something to happen, but they don't always put the two as a thought process together, that it's the same thing, but it's just different personalities, so to speak, of that same thing. We could probably sit here for hours and hours and talk about what Qi is and what it isn't and what it can do and what it does and how it's interrelated with all the functions of the body and the world around us. But that's not very helpful. It's fun and I like doing it, and I'd be, would love to sit and talk Qi and everything with everyone. But I'm trying to give you some useful information today. Hey, Sandra. Glad you made it. So, Qi is both energy, and it's also the potential for that energy to happen, and for activity to happen. The way I think about Qi to a degree is like a little 2-year-old. A 2-year-old has the... Oh, no worries. a 2-year-old has the potential to be a little monster, but it also has the potential to be the sweetest little kid that you've ever seen. It has the potential to run around crazy and then also just kind of flop over and sleep like a puppy dog. So she is kind of like that 2-year-old to a degree. It's both that energy of running around and being a little kid. It's also being irritated and it's also functioning and doing all those things and growing and changing. That's kind of how I think about Qi. And the Qi of the different systems within the body acts a little bit differently. Like everybody has a little bit of a different characteristic. People who were born in San Diego tend to have a different view of San Diego than like me, who I grew up on the East Coast and then moved out here. Same thing, people in the Midwest tend to have a general personality, but it doesn't mean that they're it's insanely different. So in that aspect, that's the way Qi is. Qi in the different organs or different meridians behaves a little bit differently, but it's all still that Qi. And for the sake of argument, even though I just said all of this about it not being just energy, I'm going to use the word energy to describe it because it's just easier. So yeah, there's that. So Qi likes to move. It likes to keep on rolling. And it likes to be active. So when we are not active, or when the systems of our body are running slower or sluggish or kind of blocked, then that energy, that Qi, will start to stagnate and get sticky and basically just hang out. And depending on what system we're talking about, we're going to get different signs and symptoms in the body. We're going to be talking about liver Qi here in a minute, but for now we're just talking about Qi in general, okay? So the Qi likes to move like nice, peaceful breeze, a babbling brook. That's how Qi likes to move. It likes to be nice and naturally coursed. It doesn't necessarily like to be coursed with coffee. It doesn't necessarily, it's iced today. It doesn't necessarily like to be, hello, meine Deutsche Mama. It doesn't like to be bossed around. It likes to be coaxed and like, come here, like we were talking about the 2-year-old. You try to make a 2-year-old do something, it's going to get all angry at you. But if you can convince the 2-year-old that it's their idea to do something, they're all in. They're all excited about it. That whole reverse psychology type thing. Qi is very similar to that. Sometimes we have to kind of just say, come on, Qi, come on. It's okay. It's safe. You can do the thing. So Qi, when it's not moving and we're stuck or we're not eating right, we're not having clear lines of communication, good emotional health, good sleep, those things, all of those things add up. And then we get this like stagnation, and that's not healthy. And that's where diseases in Chinese medicine come from, is that stagnation when things aren't moving properly. And we see this also from a Western concept. If we look at whenever the blood doesn't flow very well, or the digestive system, if things aren't flowing well, then it kind of gets backed up, and those backup areas are usually where bacteria, viruses, and other problems can kind of just cause a problem. So needing to move that area and course it gently has amazing effects on the body. So what can we do to prevent, hi Noemi, what can we do to prevent Qi buildup or Qi backup? And that's keep moving. Qigong, we can do yoga, we can do walking, we can do running, we can do weightlifting and things like that too. But that gentle type of exercise is what keeps, it's focused on the Qi more and keeps that Qi moving nice and easy. When we get the blood pumping, that's good for us too, but today's discussion is about Qi and how we can move Qi. So yoga is great for that. Qigong is good for it. Tai Chi, all these different like slow movement, moving with the breath, that helps move Qi physically. taking a nice leisurely walk, especially this time of year. And I know with everything going on with COVID, it's hard to get out per se, but if you can safely and you feel comfortable safely, mask up, maintain social distance, go for a walk in the woods if you can, or something green and grassy around you. In your yard, if you have yard to walk in. If you don't have yard, then, you know, even if it's on a treadmill, something, even if it's just walking around and pacing, intentionally pacing around your place, whatever you need to do to kind of get that movement going. Pull up some Tai Chi or yoga on YouTube and have at it. No one's watching you. Only you. You're watching you. And maybe your dog or cat. So, just move. That's the biggest way to do it. And then also, there's different herbs. There's different, like acupressure techniques. There's the ear seeds that you see me talking about all the time. Those are ways that we can help coax or kind of talk to the chi and say, hey, I know I haven't been the greatest to you. Come on, energy, move. Chi, move. Come on, let's come on. This has been stuck for too long. Let's move. And that's one way that we can treat it and move it. So, after talking for like 10, 15 minutes, I'm finally getting to Liver Qi. So, liver. If you hear a acupuncturist or a holistic practitioner that specializes in Chinese medicine talk about your liver, we are 95% of the time-ish talking about the energetic system of the liver from Chinese medicine. It's not even called the liver in Chinese medicine. It has its own concept, but that's our way that we've translated it to understand it in a westernized version of Chinese medicine, so that way we can talk about it amongst ourselves, because I don't speak Mandarin and quite a few of my colleagues don't either. So in order for us to understand it and work it and learn to use this medicine, we had to come up with common terms for things. So your liver chi is not your Western liver, but it also is your Western liver. If we say your liver chi is stagnant, we're not talking about your Western liver functions. We're talking about the energetics of this system. Now, that type of energetics can have an effect on your Western biological liver, your actual liver. It can have an effect on it. People who have liver pathologies from a Western standpoint will often end up having pathologies from a Chinese standpoint for the liver, but they may not even have anything from a Western or from a Chinese philosophy or Chinese medicine point of view wrong with their liver, even if they have a Western liver pathology. I know that sounds like I'm talking both ends of the spectrum, but we're talking about a system of things going on within the body that both have a little to do with the liver, but they also have a thing to do with the natural observation of how things happen in the body. So the liver is represented by the wood element. Wood. See? Wood. I know it's in reverse probably for you guys, but wood. The wood element is also the springtime. So the signs and symptoms that you get with liver qi stagnation specifically, you're getting that constant sighing. Show of hands, how many people have been doing that since the start of this whole COVID bullshit? That's right, I said bullshit. I know Noemi was waving, so that's not her show of hands, but I will show my hand that so how many of you have been doing that? Especially the past 45 days, maybe 60 days. Anyone willing to admit it? Mm-hmm. But also before moving. True and fair. Same here. I think Linda is showing a hand as well, I think. Oh, yeah. The other sign with that is slight anxiety, and it's not the anxiety attack type of anxiety. It's not like something's not right. I just don't know what it is, but something's not right. I don't know. And that mild depression, and it can't even be major and minor. Depression is depression, regardless of how severe it is. It is something that needs to be dealt with, but that kind of just, I feel kind of low, and I don't know, and that I just want to cuddle up in a blanket and eat ice cream. So that's the anxiety thing. So there's different types of anxiety that can happen depending on what organ system is out of balance. So we'll kind of talk about how wood or liver qi can lead to that type of higher anxiety, the palpitation type of anxiety. This type of anxiety is just more that like kind of racing thoughts and like, well, I don't know. And I like to think of it as the whiny type of anxiety. And I think if I describe it that way, you may know what I'm talking about. That like you're not quite sure what to do about something or how to make it better, but you feel like it needs to be made better somehow. It's that the Eeyore type of thing almost. Oh, bother. I know I need to do this, but I don't really feel like it. That is liver qi stagnation. So when that happens, when we get that type of feeling, then we also start to develop some physical signs with it, because we're kind of mainly talking about emotional stuff for that. And emotions get filtered through the liver, and liver with a capital L, the Chinese liver. So you're going to hear me keep saying liver, liver, liver. We're talking about the Chinese liver, not the Western biological liver. The liver, when it's processing these emotions, when it's going through all of this trying to sort and say, okay, what should I do? How can I do this? What's good for me? What helps me? Much like your actual Western liver filters your blood and says, oh, is this good for me? Can I use this? Is this great? Okay, cool. We'll store this for now. We'll let this go. Your liver emotionally in Chinese medicine does the same thing, but for the emotions. So when we kind of get stuck and that qi starts to stagnate, when we're not actively trying to work through the problem or work through the emotion or share the emotion and speak about it to whoever may be upsetting us or what have you, then things start to slow down. And when that happens, we start to get that little feeling of like that lump caught in the throat. But if we look down there with a scope, nothing would be there. You may have, Western is called glomulus hystericus. It's this feeling of something in the throat and there's nothing there. You may even cough because of it. Hold on one second. I think my landlord's popping by.
You're
Headed out?
Hey, I didn't see any check in there.
It was in a green card.
No green card.
In Desiree's box?
Yeah.
Huh. I'll be right back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, you know?
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm just going by. Sorry, gang. I'm back. I'm back. So we'll do this real quick. Qi, stuck in the throat. We get that weird sticky feeling. We can also get some menstrual problems. Well, I can't, but that can happen from qi stagnation. Especially from liver qi stagnation. Now, how severe those problems can be and how much they tend to be more like painful or achy, that's a more serious type of qi stagnation. That's when we get qi stagnation plus blood stagnation. So we need to kind of work on that. So if we move that qi, it'll help move the blood and help calm things down. We can also get the liver qi stagnation affecting digestion. So when that happens, we start getting that kind of bloaty feeling, and then we may have alternating constipation or slightly constipated and slightly looser stool. That's right, we're talking about poop. But when you have that kind of weird bloat, kind of bouncing to loose, bouncing regular, that's due to that liver qi stagnation kind of coming over and then poking fun at the earth element or spleen stomach as far as the organs go. And then sometimes, and this is where we were talking about the anxiety stuff, we get that qi stagnation that starts to get hot and irritated and angry. And then you get resentment bubbling up. And then you get these more angry, shouting types of liver stagnation, causing that When that happens, we definitely need to cool it down and move it. So generally, when we're talking about liver qi stagnation, we're trying to move it. Just like we're talking about light exercise, we're talking about qigong, massage, Reiki, acupuncture. All of these different ways are things that we can treat it. For you at home, one of the best things you can do is move, like I said, yoga, walking, stuff like that. And then we also have this awesome stuff. So I like my wood spray. One, because it has that naturally slightly citrusy with a little bit of lavender, so it helps calm things down but also move things and kind of makes you feel like you can get stuff done but also relax. So it's really good. Here, you can put an eye pillow, you can spray it on your head, relax with it, take some time to meditate. That can help calm things down. Sometimes we need to be more flexible, though. We need that flexibility so the liver can be nice and agile and you can get back in the game and do the things you need to do. So usually I usually suggest water for that. So that way it's more like adding fluid to the wood element. We're making the tree nice and full of sap and able to bend like bamboo versus dried out like firewood. And then if it's more the digestive stuff that's happening for people, then I usually suggest the earth. This one has more, it's kind of like a chai tea smell to it with that citrus and a little bit of cinnamon to it. And that kind of gives you that like warm and peaceful, this is going to be okay feeling. And then also can help the citrus in that wakens up the digestive system. So that way it can process things and get the liver qi to kind of back off and saying, you know what, no, I don't need all this. I'm going to do my job. You focus on you. So that's one way we can do it. Another way, herbs. So internally, we can take them. And one of my favorite formulas for this one is called Free and Easy Wanderer. Ooh. The nice thing is it's also called Emotional Balance from Dow Labs. They have an awesome instant tea. I'm going to post about it later today, so that way you'll see it and you can read it here and you can have a link. Save 10%, not too bad. But it's a nice little instant tea. You pour it in. It's got the Chinese herbs in it. It's got a nice little flavor to it. You can do that. The other is ear seeds. You hear me talk about them all the time. Ear seeds for stress and anxiety. So I would probably opt for the anxiety or stress one. That's going to help calm the liver down a lot. But I also really like the color green. So green is the color for liver, gallbladder, or the wood element in Chinese medicine. And the green that you get from that kit, if you see that green in there, see how pretty it is right in there? Ta-da! If you do the heart chakra seeds, I'll send those. Then you're going to have color therapy, which is a whole other concept too. Plus you have the seeds that's going to work on that. So I usually say get the anxiety stress kit and then add on the crystals, or you can just go ahead and order the heart chakra, the green ones. But I'll have a link to both of those, so that way you can log in and get those. But yeah, that's how you can kind of treat it at home. Any questions that you guys may have? Sorry for the interruption there. There's a little confusion on what happened to my rent check for the office. So who's got questions? I'll send a wave. Best foods to eat. With Reiki, would you go in with water? Okay, 2 good questions so far. Best foods to eat for liver qi stagnation: sour stuff and leafy greens. So if you've been craving some like spinach or kale or broccoli or any of those dark greens, I suggest a little bit of salad with some vinaigrette is a great way to do this. Sauteing vegetables with just a little bit of rice vinegar. Basically getting that green vegetable plus the vinegar will help course things along for you. Reiki wise, I would go in with wood, for those that have done my 5-element Reiki. Wood, water, and then depending on anything else going on, I may go, if they have heat signs, go in and do the fire sign, so that way it helps to harmonize it. I may go in with the earth if they're having that digestive stuff to kind of boost the earth and back it off. I may even go in with metal, if the person, because metal has the ability, kind of like an axe would chop down a tree, metal has the ability to kind of regulate wood. So that's why we breathe, why we're trying to sigh when we're liver qi stagnant, because that is the metal element, the lungs, trying to move the liver. So it's trying to control it. It's trying to say, hey, do your job. So I may go in with metal in that aspect to help improve that breathing function, and also to help the energetics of that system to kind of boost everything up. Good questions. But I would definitely do wood, and I would probably do water. Any other questions? We've got about 3 more minutes for questions, and then I'm going to have some fun announcements for you guys. What? Yeah, honestly, quite often when I do 5-element Reiki, I will energetically tap into all 5 elements, because we are all 5 elements at any time. But then as far as really focusing the energy, I will try to support one system more so than the other, if that makes sense. May try to focus more on the wood. Drinking water is good for everything. It can help with qi stagnation. Proper movement is the biggest thing. Seriously, just walking around, doing qigong, doing tai chi, that sort of stuff. Sorry, loud outside. That sort of stuff is what really keeps things moving. But water helps because then the qi and the blood of the body get to be more properly lubricated, so it's less likely to be kind of sticky, if that makes sense. Good questions. Sleep. So that's the kicker with qi stagnation, is sometimes it causes that anxiety, depression, which makes it harder to sleep. But if you're not trying to go to sleep at a regular time and keep that sleep health going, then you can get qi stagnant. So one can lead to the other. So, yep. Lots of fun stuff. There's a really good insomnia, if sleep is a problem right now for you, formula. If it's more the mental restlessness one, that's also good. The one from Dow Labs, I posted it the other day. There's also doing acupressure on yourself, especially like Liver 3, pericardium 6, this one over here. That one's really good. Any other questions? Anyone? Anyone? Well, they're starting the leaf blower outside. So, I think what I will do is go ahead and jump to the cool announcements for you all before I log out. So, Smiling Buddha is opening up again. I had a few patients this week that had prepays that I was just getting through to establish a good practice of being able to keep the place clean and help everything like that keep going. So I do UV lamp in between patients. I work 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and I have appointments. So next week, I already have some people booked. Actually, mostly booked. So appointments for later in the month. I'm still doing distance Reiki and telemedicine sessions for everyone, in case you're looking at doing ear seeds and need a walkthrough, or if you want an herbal consult or anything like that. I'm doing those on Tuesdays and Fridays, and we're setting up appointment slots for that. So if you want to order your ear seeds, like if you order them today, you'll probably get them by next week. And then I have openings, and then we hang out. We do, I'll have Zoom going soon. So we'll have a one-on-one call, or we can do FaceTime, whatever works best for you. And then we can walk you through doing that. We can also do Reiki. I actually have an appointment later after the show. I'm still going to be doing my Instagram Live on Fridays, probably around 12 or 1. We'll see what time works best as things start to move forward. And then another fun announcement for you guys. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Linda. Or sorry, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. You can shoot me a message and we can get you in. But Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Element class. Metal element class. Tuesday, May 19th at 12 p.m. Tuesday, May 19th at 12 p.m. We'll be talking about the metal element. Oh, we mentioned metal today. The lungs. Immune system. Ooh. Lots of fun stuff like that. So we'll be talking about the metal element. It'll be a 90-minute class. We'll be doing the same. But we'll be doing Zoom for that one. And I'll send the invites out. So if you're interested in that, want to get in the email for that, I can send it out. Same price as the other ones. I think I was doing 20. I can't remember how much I did. I'll have to look at. But same as the other ones. The same element classes as far as doing those. And then it comes with a little workbook that I'll email you so that way you have stuff to flip through. So it'll be lots of fun. And I'll be doing those element classes and other types of classes like that at least once a month, if not twice a month. And those will be usually on Tuesdays, although I may alternate and do a few on Fridays for people that can't get in. But yeah, that's probably going to be the schedule for a while going forward, especially since we are where we are with COVID. We're still seeing people who infection rates are still high. I still have patients who would be at risk, and I want to make sure to both keep myself as protected as I can, but also make sure that my patients are as protected as well. So I want to make sure that everybody gets to come in as much as they can and get taken care of. So we'll be doing that. But I'll be sending, for those that are patients and that are on my email list, I'll be sending out the newsletter for this month. I wanted to make sure everything was kind of set as far as when I was going to be doing the next element class and stuff before I sent that out. So I'll be sending that out probably later today. But I think that's it. So if you have any questions or any comments, suggestions, any topics that you'd like me to talk about in the future, kind of like ask your acupuncture stuff, or even if it's Western medical stuff, granted it's not my scope of practice, but I have been trained in a lot of the Western stuff, so we can even talk about disease patterns and things like that. So we can talk about crazy things. So yeah, we can also do some good demos and stuff like that. I want to make this weekly thing good for you guys, so I want you to have value in it for you. So whatever you want to talk about, send me ideas. I'll do polls every now and then for stuff that you want to talk about. But you're very welcome, Sandra. My pleasure. I just enjoy it. I didn't think I would like doing these that much, to be honest. Watching myself in my phone talk to people for like an hour was not up there on the list of things. I like talking a lot, y'all know that, but not on my list of things. So again, cool new stuff, reopening this month. I have appointments next week. I think are already booked, so I do have appointments for the following week. Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays. We're doing distance stuff on Tuesdays and Fridays. Tuesday, May 19th, metal class. And Instagram Live on Mondays, either 12 or 1, depending on what's going on. I'll keep those going. Try to stick with the 1 o'clock if I can, but we'll keep those going. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Mom. Mom's biased, though. Love you guys. Love you, Marcus. Y'all are great. I really appreciate you all. Mwah. Stay safe, stay sane, mask up. Even if no one else is around you, be safe. Be safe as much as you can. So, love you. Mwah.